Hello everyone, welcome to After Duty Vets, where we discuss what life is like after the military. Hello, today I'd like to talk to you about self-employment as a veteran. When I got out, I kept asking myself what I want to be when I grow up. I was making other people money and making them rich while I worked my ass off. And I was just getting by. Most veterans don't realize how many skills they've learned in the military. Veterans know what it's like to get up in the morning and complete a task. That's one of the first things that we're taught. All veterans know what it's like to strive for excellence and be committed to a task. Being on time and respectful is important in being a successful business owner. Loyalty and honesty to your clients is also a huge part of becoming a successful entrepreneur. Most veterans know what it's like to be responsible for people and millions of dollars worth of equipment. Veterans know how to sacrifice and do what it takes to get the job done. The most important thing in the military has taught us is dedication and leadership to a task and to people. We know how to be a leader. That is so important when you have your own business. Even if you're just leading yourself, you have the skill set that most people don't realize that they have. It is instilled in every veteran, whether you were an E1, E9, an O1, or a general. It doesn't matter. You have skills as a leader. Because in the military, almost always you had somebody under you after a year or so. Most veterans have the tools and the skills to become a successful business owner. They just lack the confidence to take the risk. That is one of the biggest things, is we lack the confidence. We don't think that we have the skill sets. We don't think we have the knowledge. I understand how scary it can be to take that leap and put trust in yourself. But you know what? If you're not going to trust yourself, who will? Working on trust and trusting yourself is so important. What people don't realize is PTSD can be helpful. It's not a requirement to have your own business, but it can be helpful because that allows you to control your environment. That allows you to control who you hire. That allows you to get people and put them in positions that you're uncomfortable with while you go and do what you're good at. I knew a veteran one time. He owned a front-end repair shop for trucks. You know what he did for his business? He was tech support because he could figure things out in his head. He could just rattle stuff off. They could give him measurements and dimensions and he could sit there and figure it out, what they needed to do. And I asked him one day, I said, you own the company. Why aren't you up in the main office and doing things that owners do? And he said, Bo, I learned a long time ago, I'm not good at that part. This is what I'm good at. I can hire people to do the stuff I'm not good at. Yes, I had to get to the point to where I could hire somebody, but then I could hire somebody to do that while I do what was best for my company, being here, being technical support. And I thought about that and I was like, damn, that's pretty impressive. Not the trigonometry, that's impressive among itself, but it's impressive that he realized that with his PTSD, he could set himself up to do what he's good at. Because he sat in his office, he didn't have a bunch of people around him, he talked on the phone, he would have occasionally people come in and he knew them because he had done business with them. And he would have his weekly meetings or monthly meetings or whatever he had to go over budget stuff and everything else with the people that he hired to run his business. But he told me he wouldn't run another business into the ground because he didn't know how to run a business. So he started another business and hired somebody else to run it. So just realize that he knew what he was good at and he did that. And he had severe PTSD. He was a Vietnam guy. But again, having PTSD is not a requirement, but it is helpful. And risk-taking is also a part of PTSD. And what's riskier than starting a business? It can be risky, but it also can be a calculated risk. And one of the biggest things is I hated working for somebody dumber than me because their family or friends owned the business. God, I hated working for dumb people. What I want to portray to you is you have all the elements needed to be an entrepreneur if that's what you want to do. So I encourage all veterans to look at having their own business if they're interested in it. Don't be scared to take those risks because the risk can be calculated. you can take calculated risk and you can still start your business while you're working your normal job. You may have very little time for a year or two until you get things started, but just know that you have the skills and the knowledge to start your own business if you choose to. So hope this has helped you, and until next video, thank you. Disclaimer: I'm a licensed mental health therapist in California. If you're searching for mental health help, please reach out to someone in your state. If you are within California, you can reach me at the email below. And if you're interested in coaching anywhere in the United States, you can reach out below also. These videos are for educational purposes only, and if you're thinking about suicide, please reach out and call 911.